وسهلا بكم. نحن الآن في سنة 1880. النهارده جايين على ايرلندا الشمالية عشان أنا عايز أعرف الأكلات عاملة إيه أما كان الجولات أصعب حاجة ممكن تتعمل. الناس ما كانتش تعرف تسافر وتروح وتجيب واستيراد وتصدير. من سنين السنين كانوا بيطبخوا فين؟ النهارده أنا موجود عشان أعرف الموضوع ده. خصوصا هعمل أكتر حاجة كانت ايرلندا مشهورة بيها واللي هي البوتيتوس. بطاطس يا جدعان، بطاطس. والبطاطس هم هنا عملوها عيش وعملوها مش عارف ايه. فاحنا النهارده داخلين 1880 في البيت اللي هو كان اصلا اسطبل ده، داخلين نعمل فيه عيش بالبطاطس وعيش بالصودا. صودا يعني ايه؟ صودا وبيضه زي ما انتم شايفين الشاشه كده حلوه ازاي. السلام عليكم. احنا دلوقتي جينا عند الراجل اللي هيعمل العيش، والراجل ده على فكره هو اشهر طباخ موجود في المنطقه كلها.
My name is Freddie Strickland, and I'm retired at the present time. I just took up cooking and baking about 10 years ago. The breads that I bake now are what we call traditional Ulster breads. That's in the area that you are at the minute, the north of Ireland. The recipes I use are old family recipes that have been handed down from my grandparents right down to my present generation. Now we're going to start off by making the most famous bread in this part of the world, and it's called soda bread. Now soda bread is very simple. Traditionally the way they would have made it years ago was by handful.
هو فريدي بصراحة أنا أول ما شفته قلت يا نهار أسود ده شبه فريدي عن جيسون الفيلم، وهو كان أقرع برضه بس من غير طاقية. يا ترى بعد هيعمل إيه؟ بس اكتشفت إن الموضوع ملوش بأي صحة بالموضوع ده، وانبسطت جدا إن هو كان راجل عسل.
Now soda bread is just plain soda bread flour. That's it there, okay?
Okay.
Now years ago, they've weighed this with the scales years ago, but, or well in recent times I should say, but years ago they had no scales in the countryside. So what they done was, you need a sieve, right? They would have put in roughly what would fill those griddles, which is about 10 ounces of flour. I'm just going to guess this. When you get your flour in, what you do is give your bowl a wee shake, right? Okay. Then you make a wee well in the middle. All right, and the next thing you put in is melted butter. This is the butter here, and this is it melted. You can melt it in a wee pot over fire, or you can melt it in the microwave nowadays. So we're going to use a spoonful. Now years ago they probably wouldn't have used butter. They would just have used flour. You probably would need half a pint of buttermilk for 10 ounces of flour, but I don't know many ounces of flour in that, and they wouldn't have years ago. So what you do is you mix it till you get the right consistency. Now what we do now is we flour our bench with flour, okay?
Okay.
And then as we flour our bench, I'll let you get it here. You flour your hands too.
So it won't stuck to you?
Exactly, and not only that, but it forms a barrier between you and the dough.
Okay. انا بصراحه كل حاجه عجبتني النهارده، بس السودا بريد ده ما كنتش جاي معانا كده، كنت شايفه من بعيد كده مش عارف، ما فيهوش حاجه غلط يعني، بس ما اكتسبنيش كده، ما جذبنيش كده من بعيد. قال لي تعالى يا ميكو دق.
So what you do now, Nicole, is flour the blade of your knife. We should really be moving fairly quickly with this because if you don't, it sticks to the board.
Okay.
Being dampish with it. So what we're doing is we're going to cut it into 4 farths. This is what you call farths. And right, you flour the blade of your knife, and right now you're going to do it that way.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. I'll show you again. You get it like that, there you go.
I lost my touch in the bread.
You did. Now what you do is like, watch. See, a nice clean cut.
How easy was that?
I'll tidy that up for you. Now the next job is putting it on the griddle.
Okay.
So to put it on the griddle, again, make sure your hands are floured. 2 reasons. Number 1 reason is you just drop it on the griddle. When you get it on, you can tidy it up a wee bit. You don't want too much flour on it either. You can do these breads that I make today in the oven as well, you know, using the same recipes and using a loaf tin. You can make these same breads in the oven if you don't have a griddle or a hot plate. Can you smell it?
The flour getting burned now, which is the beginning of the nice smell.
And then with your hands flour, sticking the mine a wee bit too there. But that was your fault.
That was my bad one.
When you see your bread doubled in size, do you see it's nicely doubled there?
Yeah.
It's probably ready for turning. Now, again, there's probably a time. You could say 7 minutes, so I'm not going to say 7 minutes. When you feel a wee sort of a crust on it, you turn it over like that, and then again you just tidy it up. See, you don't want too much flour on it. Now I'll let you turn that one.
I have a good teacher. Look.
Yes.
Like
go
that?
That's it. Use your hand. Yes. And with your hand being flat, now you just set it down on it. Good boy.
Like that.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
And then turn it around straight and tidy it up with the edge here. Now you have 2 more to do.
Okay.
If you're baking breads, the more you bake bread, the better, the lighter, and the more perfect it'll become. So we're going to let that go. And I'm going to say, the next bread we're going to do now is wholemeal. We're going to use the same pot. Now again, wholemeal bread, it's 6 ounces of wholemeal flour. Again, I'm just going to roughly do this.
Like they used to do it back in the old days.
This is the way they would have done it in the old days. I would think about that there. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to need to fill the griddles, you see. Now, at this stage, these are wee extras that my dear sweet old mother would have done. She would have put a knob of butter in that, right? Now, what I want you to do is rub the butter.
أنا أصلاً كنت بتاع عيش زمان. دلوقتي المفروض إن إحنا بنمزج الزبدة مع العيش.
No, when you get, let me see it. It's a wee bit lumpy yet, still a wee bit lumpy.
Still.
Maybe a wee bit finer than that. But it's very good, it's not bad. You can't do this.
So back in the days, they would have two circle stones and one is going, yeah?
That's how that flour's made?
Yeah?
Now, we're going to put a wee bit of sugar in it. About probably a dessert spoon. Again, they wouldn't have wet it. Okay, give that a wee rub through it.
By eye.
Rub that again.
واللي عجبني فيه اكتر من كده ان هو 70 سنه يا جدعان. يا جدعان والله العظيم 73 سنه. انا هقعد لكم بقى، مش هقعد لكم. عارفين يعني ايه 70 سنه؟ يعني انتوا متخيلين 70 سنه؟ انا يا رب وانا عندي 70 سنه ابقى في صحته كده وعمال بعمل عيش لحته عيل اسمه ميكو جاي من اخر الدنيا عشان يصور عيش معايا. يا ريت. Why this is the most like beneficial for your health? The healthiest one out of the normal white flour and all of this. Why?
Yes, well, because you see that there's got the husks of wheat. It's better for your digestive system. This is more like flour. Now, do you see the way it's coloured on both sides there now?
Yeah, nice.
Now, what we're now going to do, because we're at this stage, we're going to harn the bread, right? Now, to harn the bread, that's an old Ulster Scotch word, by the way, harn.
Ulster Scotch, which is from here,
yes.
Half of the blood from here and half of the blood from Scotland.
Yes.
This
is called harning the bread. You put the bread over on its side like that, and it's cooking the bread. You see, when your bread's on the griddle like that, remember, it's cooler here than what it would be in the middle. So to cook the outside of your bread, you hold your bread like that for about 5 seconds one, and then you turn it over, and you do this side for about 5 seconds, right? So when you get your bread cooked, the next thing you do is you put it out to cool on a wire rack, just like that there.
First one.
And there's your bread all out cooling. So what we have to do is add our salt. So we're not going to add it, we're going to put that there, salt. And then we need to add a rising agent, which is our baking soda. Oh, yeah. So we'll put in about that there. You see, you have to just judge it by what you have here. So that goes into your flour, right? Now the next thing you do is sieve again, just in case there's anything in this flour. You can't really sieve that flour because it's too coarse. Right, you go ahead, Nicole, and sieve.
Just a quick question. I know.
Hold on a minute. Tell you what we'll do. In the olden days, they would have wasted nothing.
Yeah, we don't waste.
That would have been
no waste.
No waste.
So where would they get the baking soda from? at the time?
The baking soda is there's always baking soda, always was. It's I'm not sure what it's a byproduct of. So I'm not, but it causes a chemical reaction in the bread, and this is what makes it rise.
How do you find out this? And when they didn't have scientists, they didn't have like Googles and all search engine and stuff like that. Trial and error, yeah, but it would take them a long way to, you know.
Exactly.
How would they find that? And this is what we left over with.
That goes into the bin. Yes.
Under the bin?
Into the bin with that.
I wanted to give him to your chicken that gave us these eggs. Honestly,
well, you could do that.
You guys, like, why do you have blue eggs and brown eggs and white eggs and all of these different eggs?
Different breeds of poultry.
This is from your hens, yeah?
Different breeds. Different breeds.
Oh, okay.
Very different colours.
So we can have different colours?
Yeah.
I always know white and brown.
Yeah. And you put your buttermilk into that wee bit. Now don't put it all in, you need about half a pint here roughly. But look, add it gradually, about half to start with. Okay, and then you mix from the centre out.
Okay.
And you want a fairly stiff mix, a mix that you can work with your hands. Well, when you're working with breads, you want nice light breads, and to create a nice light bread, you need to work lightly with your hands and aerate the bread. You know, when you're working the flour, you need to lift it and put air into the flour and, you know, use light hands. If you push down, you're compressing your mix. You want your mix to be light. If your mix is light, your bread's going to be light. Cut that into 4 flours now.
Easy.
4 flours. Remember I showed you last time? Flour your knife.
I'm a pro.
Into 4 flours.
I'm a pro. Maybe I would like to think I am.
I think you're getting there. Maybe not this year, maybe next year.
Why not? Better than nothing.
They'll have to give you a year.
Better late than never.
No. That's it, you've got that bit of it right now. You've learned that wee bit. And a wee shake the blade of your knife.
Shake.
That's it, and go right through. Now, while that's cooking,
okay. How long, roughly?
It's hard to say. Probably about 5 minutes at a time. About 5 minutes at a time.
I want you to tell me, like, the potato history.
Right, potatoes. Well, potatoes have always been grown in Ireland, especially the north of Ireland here, because where you are at the minute is the bread basket of Ireland. County Down is one of the best grown areas for vegetables and potatoes, things like that in County Down. In this part of the world, food was always made whenever the food was in season. Like your potatoes were gathered at this time of the year, you would have made potatoes, would have had potatoes every day for our dinner. In the winter time, whenever the late crop of potatoes are gathered, that's a later crop, they're preserved to do right through the winter. They're put in a big shed. Or years ago, the way they preserved them was they put them in big drills and covered them with soil to keep the frost off them. And during the day for your meals, if you were having a main meal, it would probably have been stew, champ, which we have here today. This is what they call champ. This would have been a main meal. Probably with a wee well made in the middle, you know, it would have been warm, of course. Wee well made in the middle, a bit of butter in it, and a bit of cheese grated over the top of it. And that was a main meal.
أنا عايز أقول لكل الجمهور يا جماعة تعالوا ايرلندا الشمالية. جميلة هتعجبكم، وأكتر حاجة عجبتني فيها إن هي عندها شكل مختلف عن ايدنتيتي مختلفة أو هوية مختلفة عن اسكتلند وعن إنجلترا وعن ويلز. هو ده اللي أنا حبيت أشوفه في البلد هنا، لأن هي كلها أرض واحدة متقسمة بلاد، فالطبيعة متشابهة جدا يا جماعة، يعني كلها خضار ومية وبحر.
This is the way this potato bread was made. There is a recipe for it. There is recipes for all these breads, but I'm showing you today the way they would have made it years ago.
I won years ago. Yes. I don't want recipes now. Recipes.
Well, we don't know what weights in this, but what we do know is it's seasoned mashed potatoes. When I say seasoned, I'm talking about salt, pepper, and melted butter. Okay? And we have added spring onions just to give it a wee bit of flavour and a nice wee bit of taste. So what we do is we scoop this out with our hand. Now, you're going to need
champ is for champion, or champ it's like...
That's just a name.
Name.
It's just a name.
Maybe it's a Gaelic name or something.
Years ago, what you would have found in the countryside would have been people would have had an open fire in their house and would have a big cast iron pot on their fire, and in that pot probably there would have been cooked potatoes on the go at all times. You just even thought at the side of the dish there. Now you don't want too much flour on your potato bread.
Okay.
You want your potato bread nice and flour, that's good, what you're doing is right, just brush the excess away. Nice and gently tap that into a circle, and you can use your rolling pin again to roll it out. And what you want is a nice thin, I like potato bread nice and thin. Some people like it thick, I don't. I like it thin.
Okay, I'll make it thin
now, you
for
see where you're rolling it down like that? When you're rolling your potato bread, watch. Any bread, keep it at the same height, see? Because he was only started, he tended to be a wee bit heavier handed. I think Mikhail probably is used with making yeast breads. And with yeast breads, you do need to use a lot of force. Our breads are completely the opposite. It's light hands you want. With the yeast bread, you're pushing and you're kneading quite heavily, but with our bread, it's light. Yes, you want everything nice and neat and tidy. Now you'll need to flour that again, if I can see it sticking. That's nice. Good.
Thank you. To be honest, after like 4 centuries ago, I decided on making a jam. Consists of ginger, considering we know it like Irish people, we do it differently. I wanted you to try it here now with me.
Yes.
I'm sorry about my accent, doesn't sound very Irish, but hey.
Now this is the bread you cooked earlier on.
No, you cooked.
No, you cooked.
No, you cooked. You cooked the bread.
You're just saying in case it doesn't taste right.
It's quite nice actually.
Lovely, isn't it?
I love it. But it's very nice. I never tried ginger and jam, but it's
Lovely, isn't it?
amazing. Outstanding, to be honest.
The beauty of these breads is they're made very quickly. And there's a wee bit for one of your
I used to think bread is a very complicated thing.
Yes, well, I think the yeast breads now are more complicated. They're more time consuming, put it that way, because you have to knead your bread, put it in a hot press, and then let it rise. Then you have to bring it out again, knead it again. And the whole process takes about maybe, say, 2 hours. Whereas see this bread here, you can make a lovely variety. You see, we've made soda bread, we've made wheaten bread, we've made potato bread, and you can do pancakes, as I say, drop scone. And you know, you can do about 5 different flavours of bread, all made from the same flour.
So quick.
And quickly. And you know, there you go.
عجبني المبدأ قوي والكونسيبت بتاع ان ازاي انت يعني بتطبخ الطبخ اللي هو كان بيحصل ايام زمان 300 سنه 400 سنه 500 سنه 600 سنه مش مهم بس من زمان قوي ازاي كان بيحصل ازاي ما فيش حد فيكم كده عنده اشتياق ان هو كان يعرف I got hungry again?
Yeah.
What can I do?
Well, I can show you how to make the wee pancakes and that too.
The pancakes, you did them amazing.
Well, they're easy to make. They're very simple.
Okay, I can never say no to the pancakes.
Do you want to have a wee go at the pancakes?
Everybody loves pancakes.
Everybody does, yeah.
Everybody wants pancakes.
We'll put our potato bread over here and we'll have a wee quick go at the pancakes. And the beauty of these breads and all is, you see, I haven't adjusted the temperatures there of my griddle, sure I haven't.
It's all the same.
So
we don't touch
the
it.
one temperature. So just, again, you don't have to be exact here with your weights. As you see, I'm not exact. About 8 ounces, right? Now.
Don't worry, I'm not worried about
8 ounces. Next thing we need is sugar. About 3 ounces of sugar. I have 2 ounces there, so I'm going to put, that's about 3, isn't it? And I'm going to put...
Isn't it good?
A pinch of salt. This is a pinch, right? That goes on. Now, then...
Honestly, this pinch of salt make that difference.
It does. Wow. Yes, it lifts the flavour a wee bit. Yeah. Now, you sieve that into the bowl. Now, this is melted golden cow's spread. What we're going to do is just what you like. I like it nicely tasted. That gives it a nice taste. And then, this is a wee extra one too. I'm going to use syrup. So, not a big spoonful, about that there.
Oh. وانا بقى هتجنن بقى ان انا ازاي ما وريتهمش الطريقه المصريه يحطوا السكر جوه ويقفلها كده اهوت ويحطها في الزيت تتقلى كان نفسي اوري لهم بس نسيت كنت مشغول في الاكل اصل بيني وبينكم الاكلات حلوه قوي والله الواحد لما بيبدا ياكل اصلا بينسى.
Add the buttermilk a bit at a time, and again from the center. You'll feel that softening. That's obviously not enough. So we're going to have to put a wee bit more in. Do you see whenever you see your bubbles coming through?
Yeah.
That's when you're ready for turning.
Then it's too ready. He does the same thing and start making like
Yeah.
everywhere. It's the same.
I'm one of the
different
edge.
names. It's okay.
So even professionals make mistakes, as I said.
No, that's not a mistake. That was a technique.
Not a very good one, but still.
It worked. بصوا يا جدعان، دلوقتي احنا بنعمل تجربه انا والراجل ده، ولسه ما بدأناش هذه التجربه، والتجربه هي ان احنا هنستخدم بيضه زرقاء من اللي معموله من الفراخ اللي ورا دي، هنحطها مع الاكل ده عشان تبقى تراديشنال مع البوتيتو بريد ونجرب. فهو قال لي ما اعرفش قلت له تعالى نرمي البيضه هنا على البتاع ده، وهو الراجل سمع كلامي، هنرمي البيضه، لو ربنا كرمنا وطلعت مظبوطه هناكلوها مع البوتيتو بريد، ويبقى كله 100 100.
Does it live up to your expectations?
I think I'm medieval now.
Huh?
That what they eat, yeah? They were very strong for. Don't make them eat my food. Come on, man. I made this for all our resources. This is what I get now. If you've seen the camera shaking, that means people are eating. You're too busy to catch the camera. ولا ايه؟ شايفك انت اخضر يا اللي واقف هناك. الست دي بتاعت جولات واكلات، بس بجد بقى مش زي يعني انا اي كلام. انا فككوا مني. هي بجد بقى جولات واكلات. بتعمل ايه بقى؟ بتشتغل ايه بقى؟ بتقعد هنا والناس اللي هتيجي تاخدهم في جوله، وهناك في الجوله تقوم ضحك عليهم وعطي لهم اكله. تبقى جولات واكلات.
My name is Tracy Jeffrey. I run food tours, or I like to say kind of foodie experiences in this beautiful part of the world, in County Down in Northern Ireland. That is delicious. No, it really is delicious. But that's only because they're eggs from our hen.
Look at that, she's taking the credit for it.
For the Brian, of course.
That's gorgeous, guys. You want to have some of this, yeah? Yeah, I think
I would cut them a wee bit each. I'd cut them just a wee
We've
bit
been
each.
eating, to be honest, and munching away. انا خلصت في البيت عندك الاكلات جوه. حان وقت ايه؟ الجولات. اما الاكلات تخلص شويه جولات بقى عشان نهدم. شفت المركب وانا داخل قلت لها بقول لك ايه؟ ايه رايك ما تركبيني المركب بتاعتك دي اروح الف بيها شويه؟ وركبت خدت المركب معايا، حلوه جدا ان هي ساكنه على البحيره، خدت المركب في ايدي كده كاني واخد واحد صاحبي وانطلقت على هناك.
I think Miko wanted the adventure anyway, so he was okay. He was safe. We would have rescued him if he'd got stuck.
انتوا عارفين ان انا اي حاجه اشوفها عايز اسوقها. والله العظيم سبحان الله كده يا اخي، مش عارف ليه. المهم قلت لابنها وقلت له، قالت لي لو الميه لو البحر عالي ممكن تاخدها براحتك، بس لو البحر ما عاليش ما ينفعش، لان تحت البحيره دي في طينه، والطينه دي انت لو غرست مش هتطلع، ممكن تموت لانها بتغرس بسرعه ومش هنقدر نلحقك، او بتفضل ستراندد، يعني انت ايه ضايع فاهمني، وما بتعرفش ترجع، بتفضل في الجزيره اللي هناك.
The loch is peppered with hundreds of islands, beautiful little islands. And in actual fact, on my tours, we do go to one of them. And, you know, there's a cottage there and we have lunch or drinks or whatever. But I think that's what makes it so beautiful. It's all, in actual fact, when you leave here, you go up to the top of the hill and you look back, you see lots of little islands. It's just stunning, you know. This is all down to the Ice Age, I think.
وازق واغرز واغرز، هم كانوا فاكرين مش هعرف ارجع، بس انا عرفت ارجع بعد شويه بهدله طبعا، وكل ما اجي اعمل بالمقداف كده مش عارف، لانه الميه قد كده بيغرز فمش هيلف، فخلاص بقى ما بقتش عارف ادلف وما بقتش عارف اعمل اي حاجه، واتخنقت وفي الاخر بس الحمد لله ربنا كرمني ورجعت وسبتكم، والسلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته.